Hey, LTMBAers, what a day today was. It was extremely tough for me. Big thanks to my group because without them I wouldn't have been able to do it. A lot of thought has basically gone into what I did today, and I thought the best way I can kind of guide you guys through my process and guide you guys through, I guess, my progress is through video. So I thought I'd go through what I've put down here, and then anything further you can read in my response to the prompt below. But to start, so if you can just come a little bit closer, to start, we've got, basically I started with the macro idea of what I wanted to achieve. So I'm not too sure if you guys know Gary Vaynerchuk, big inspiration for me, but basically I thought, what would he suggest that I do right now? What would he suggest that I take? What decision would he want me to make today that will affect my long-term future, my macro? So I started with that idea, and then I got to the idea that things just need to get started. So what is driving this desire to get this idea off the ground? And the decision that I decided I needed to make was basically the decision to take an idea which was Fordham watches and transform it into Fordham media, because I'd created a network of photographers, videographers, and models in 2016, 17, and 18. And now it was about turning it into a media company where clients paid me to do the content that I did for Fordham watches, but for them. So what I kind of came up with was, each of these steps here are the different things that I could do today. Did I want to spend money on a website? Did I want to commit to getting clients on board? Did I want to let people know that I was starting this whole project? Did I want to start connecting and engaging with people to feed off their energy, whether that be creators, videographers, models? Or did I want to focus on doing good work for one client and then use that to gain momentum and keep going? Each of these, you can see here, then had their implications and what could happen should I choose to do each of those decisions. And I guess this was my brain tree. It was my attempt at a decision tree. Then I put some thought into what was my change agent. So I realized that I've always done really well in an area that I'm passionate about. And I realized today, with the help of my group, that I do love to help others achieve. And I feel a lot of pride and excitement when I help someone do something and then they go ahead and achieve whatever they set out to do. So few more thoughts into how did this decision and how did all this thought process make me feel. And I think two things: it made me scared, but it made me excited as well. And I think overall it connects with my vision to be able to connect with really cool, exciting people and keep networking, which is a big thing that I love. And it'll give me the ability to make decisions both for myself and for a team working with me. So I put more thought into what is it that's driving me. And you can see here that I've said, I love the challenge of being in business. And what would the cost of me not doing this be? And this was a really big one for both me and my team, because it took me some time to work through it with them. So the idea that I might be in a situation in the future where I regret not trying this, not attempting to do it. Right now, I could be feeling a lack of fulfillment because I know I have potential to do this. I have the network, I have the assets. Why aren't I doing it? So I guess there's a little bit here that digs into the financial costs of not actually getting this off the ground for me. Everyone's looked into sunk costs. We all know what they are now, but these are a few that were on my mind when trying to make this decision as to whether or not I should go ahead and create this media company. And then lastly, an interesting quote that I wanted to pull out for everyone to see was basically, resist letting the prospect of the losses becoming a more powerful motivator of my behavior than the promise of the gains. So I read that in some of Seth's readings, and I think it was a really good quote for you all. And lastly, to end it off, basically I said to myself, what do I need to do? What do I need to do today in order to get this off the ground? So number one, I need to commit to the decision that I've just made. Instead of committing to 5 paying clients by February 2019, I want to commit to 1 paying client in November, go through the process with them and find out what they need and find out how I can better my service. And then it is testing one personal brand client and testing one retail brand client to basically see what sticks and to develop that process. And overall, I guess, as you can see, there was a lot of thought that went into this, probably about 2 or 3 meters worth of thought. And it was a really, really exciting project for me. It was a really, really exciting project for me, and I want to take this idea to the next level, and I'd love people to hold me accountable for it. Thank you so much once again to my learning group team, because I couldn't have done any of this without you, and I'm really looking forward to the next 3 prompts. Have a good night.